a living, authentic relationship with someone. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. And so the council, the leaders, the officials recognize that John and Peter are just simple, ordinary men with no formal training and education. And there's nothing wrong with formal training and education. But they recognize that those guys didn't have any of that, but they did recognize that they had been with Jesus. So just let me say this to you. At the end of the day, if you have accomplished nothing else but time spent with Jesus, then you have accomplished something very significant and meaningful. If you come to the end of your life and the only thing that anybody is ever going to recognize or say about you is, he was with Jesus, she had spent time with Jesus, then you are the most successful, you are the most fulfilled, you are the most amazing person. Okay? And so today we're going to start a series called Living Life Boldly. Now, going back to these base jumpers, these people who climb up thousands of feet on these mountaintops and they jump off in these human flight suits and they catch the waves and they fly all around and then they pull the cord on their parachute and they land. What is it that possessed them to do that? I mean, that is crazy. I mean, literally, you're going to jump off 1,000-foot mountain cliffs. I mean, when you look at these videos and you see these pictures of these people doing this, I mean, it is just mind-boggling. So whether it was a dream or a dare, they believed that there was another level to base jumping than anything that they had ever done and experienced. And they were willing to risk their physical health, their finances, their reputation. They are willing to risk their very life to experience a level of base jumping that most people can't even imagine doing, let alone actually getting up there and doing it. Now, some people, some professing Christians and church people might be offended or might be uncomfortable, but me and Sarah and Josiah and Marie were watching a movie called Nitro Circus a couple of weeks ago. And you watch what some of these people are doing. I mean, you know, they're jumping off of cliffs, they're jumping off of buildings, they're traveling all over the world, and they're doing these radical, crazy stunts that no one has ever tried before. And you look at that and you go, whether it's a dare or a dream, something happened in these people's life that caused them to live above or dream above or just be stupid or crazy enough to do something that no one else was willing to do. They took a risk at the risk of their own life to go to another level, to experience something that's fun, that's exciting, that's amazing. Well, here's what I want to say to you today. And I want you to listen. It's just real simple. I think that the Spirit of God in this hour is calling Christians, His sons and daughters, to live life boldly. To risk, to dare, to sacrifice, to live life according to His purpose and His passion and desire for each and every one of us. I think the Spirit of God in this hour is calling the church to experience a level of relationship and intimacy, to experience a level of purpose and fulfillment that is beyond anybody's wildest dreams and imaginations. But hear me, I don't think that call to live life boldly is going to happen by some program or a denomination or some formal church group or movement creating this system or structure. I think it's going to happen when individual men and women and children and young people take that stand in their own personal life, just like John and Peter. Again, it's not rocket science. It's not deep, complicated theology. But that when individuals make a decision that they're going to take a stand in their own personal life to know God, to trust God, and to experience Jesus the way that He wants them to know and experience Him.